The saffron is to blame, with his ideas so harebrained. Till those dark eyes into danger, daffodils right at our door without a care. But our ex-pilot showed them it's the end of the war. No more corrosive coleslaw, toxic cabbages, our pesky panties, trying to wreck your day. Yes, it's the end of the war. My violence can take no more. I'm a billionaire who has no cares. Why should I keep my AX spares? Oh, what a lovely sight to see. The lost Titan smithereens, Earth lies stained below, what a shit show. At least there's more Earth like we know. Humanity is saved. The ex-pilot so brave. Not so deep for oh so long. So the metal and we all thought to say so. Then we really kicked their asses. It's the end of the war. No more corrosive coleslaw, toxic cabbages or pesky pansies, trying to wreck your day. Yes, it's the end of the war. Terror tulips close the door. Spiteful spinach, murder flowers, all that burn goes on for hours. Hollow squares are all around me. Hydras roar against our fury. Guardian weapons firing madly. So could not be taken lightly. 10,000 strong we fight on. Oh, it's the end of the war. Laser lilies are no more. Toxic dripping sour salads, really trying to wreck your day. Yes, it's the end of the war. Terror turnips, weeds of woe. Hero pines, it's time to go. Danger, daisy, please just know. Yes, it's the end of the war. No more lurgy lettuce, no marauding marigolds. A savage silence, fury flowers, a vacuum vegetables. Get and you wobbly weeds on your bike, son. Off it off, you bloody go. All right, son, off you blooming go.
from Azimuth Biotech, it's Tickle Me Thargoid. Tickle Me Thargoid is fun for all the family. Teach your little anti-Xeno commander the difference between an Orthrus and a Cyclops, a Basilisk and a Medusa.
Count the hearts.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's a Cyclops.
Teach them their weakness and how to exploit them.
Now rip out the hearts. One by one.
I don't want to.
Do it. Using the tool. Do it. Now stomp on its face. Smash its face in.
I've got them.
Tickle Me Thargoid. Available now from branches of Lave Toy Depot and other retailers.
Hello and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
and the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous,
and the fantastic
Community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from the Orange Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 556 of Lave Radio. The show that talks about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix to Fire, not Daft Ada, just in case anybody was wondering, due to the bad voice. I am Chief Archivist of Lave Station, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have our Head of Health and Safety, that's Commander Ed Levice, otherwise known as Ben Moss Woodward.
Eee.
Okay. We have our Staff Liaison Officer, Commander Psychit, otherwise known as Claire.
It'll be a quiet night tonight, I think. I don't think we've got a lot to talk about.
And of course, we have our SRV Banksy, the wonderful Commander Alec Turner. Now, if you wish.
Give me a chance to say hello.
Sorry.
Take it for granted. I might just...
A lot to get through, so I'm trying to push on.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
I apologise, Alec. Say hello to the crowd.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, crowd. Alec doesn't like you anymore. Right. If you wish, you can join us live. We are hanging out in-game. We have the Chris Mark IV staring longingly out of that window at Lave Station Bar, just like an Outlander reject. If you can't get to him in-game, you can also join the Twitch chat channel, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, or go straight to twitch.tv/laveradio, or even better, we're on YouTube as well. But, so, like I said, a lot to get through, so we'll very quickly, go around the crew. So we'll start with Alec this week.
I've just been racing, mostly. I did the treasure hunt, we'll come on to that. I've been racing. The only thing I will say, because it's not in Community Corner, is part of my racing, Commander Duck has developed a fabulous tool, which means you can visualise not only the gates of a racetrack, but also the route you took when you drove the course, which is great fun.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's super cool. Anyway, yeah, I've been racing.
Excellent. Commander Psychit.
Oh God, what have I been up to? Not a huge amount. It's just like busy doing stuff. I was planning on prepping for N7 Day, which is Friday, and I've done nothing. And then other things came up, and I started working on those as well. And I was gonna like dedicate a lot of time yesterday to things coming up, and then we got an email, and then I didn't. So yeah, it's just been busy. I've done a limited amount of Elite because I'm still fully involved in the dinosaur game, and there's a couple of other CMS games that have come out, and Dispatch is really good. It's a really good time for games. I'm having a lot of fun. And there's cool stuff coming in Elite too, which is interesting. Some cool stuff.
More later. Ben, how have you been?
I've been good. Game wise, the only thing of any consequence I've done was in the other space game. I took part in a 400 player event, so basically getting 400 people in a city and on trains and everything like that, and that went remarkably well. There was a little bit of help from CIG where they sort of they dialed the server up to 11 and things like that. But we still maxed out their servers. But we were getting reasonable frames on the server, and good times were had by all, so that was a lot of fun.
So a low elevator and low train fatality count.
Yeah, very low elevator and train fatality count. And remarkably, most of the obviously you're herding cats, but we for the first part we're like, right, please walk in front of these people so we can just make sure everybody's here, make sure everything's legit and on the up and up. And 90% of people actually walked past us, because we were doing basically we were doing security scans on the way in. And that was but most people behaved themselves, and then most people, when they went back, we were playing games of hide and seek and things like that. So rather than running around the city, most people again went back to the sort of starting area when we told them to. Although I did, I was one of the hiders, and I called out one of our cameramen who I didn't know, who was playing on his alt. And I didn't realise his alt was one of the cameramen, so I called him out for being a dirty, cheating bastard. So yeah, that happened. But that's been featured in a bunch of social media by CIG and a shed load of other streamers as well. Only other thing I've really been doing is been playing Poke MMO still, which I've been enjoying, and I've been catching up on Stranger Things, because the next season of that looks amazing.
Excellent. John, just is it Lily Allen which has been singing about that as well? Or am I just getting confused? Anyway,
probably confusion.
No,
yes. Just briefly, I've been ill. That's all you need to know. I was that ill. I screwed.
Are you feeling better though, Colin?
I don't know. I feel like there's a cart outside waiting for me to get thrown into. And I'm saying I'm getting better, but yeah. Yeah, I've done a bit of Elite this week, as people who have seen my streams have seen. Even though I did get stranded 500 light years away from my own carrier due to my wife coming back from the gym earlier. But about that, the better. Not great when it happens live on stream. So, now, as everybody is aware, there is some big news that happened today. So, as far as the what have the devs said this week, we're going to park that and have a good old a skim through it later on. So I'm going to hand straight over to Alec for the community news.
And now, to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
Completely thrown now. My rhythm's completely off. Anyway, luckily quite a short community news, although complicated. Let's see if I can do this justice. First up is Elite Dangerous, the French guys with the fabulous website and all the adventures and stuff, are celebrating 3 years. 3 years of Elite Dangerous, which is really cool stuff. They've got some cool numbers on their Patreon post, which I'll whiz through briefly. 5,245 commits to the GitHub. That's a lot of little changes. 599 improved translations, 3,720 registered commanders, 72 adventures to discover. I had no idea it had grown that much. 72 adventures. That's amazing. 4,397 adventures completed, and lots of other stuff as well. So yeah, congrats to Elite Dangerous for 3 fantastic years. And to celebrate that, from November the 7th to the 8th, they're going live to celebrate 3 years. and we'll include a post to the Twitch X kind of post where they announce that, I guess. But yes, there's going to be 2 days of streams with your favorite commanders, so don't miss it. Bring your wingmates and join the party. Twitch.tv/Elite Dangerous. Not sure how much, if any, of that will be in English, but anyway, tune in and find out. Next up, I just wanted to mention folks will remember Down to Earth Astronomy, D2EA, Commander Astro, who had a really cool little Elite Dangerous website called Commander's Toolbox. Astro hasn't played Elite for a long time now, but he's only just taken his website down. I think some of the tools were didn't really work as accurately as they should with all the latest changes, but there was nevertheless some good stuff on there. And Astro subsequently released the source code, and Commander Meriadec and a bunch of people have come to the rescue and resurrected pretty much everything that was on Commander's Toolbox, and it's now called Wanderer's Toolbox. And I think their plan is to try and resurrect everything that's easy to resurrect. So that's super cool because there was some nice stuff on there.
I always used to use it for Buckyball for
Yeah,
like
me too.
plotting.
The
Yeah,
multi-route
my
planning, yeah.
go-to point. I was like,
Yeah.
as soon as I saw that had gone down, I was gutted.
Yeah, I asked about that, and he actually got back to me on Reddit today, and about an hour after I asked about it, it had been resurrected, so it's back up on Wanderer's
Amazing.
Toolbox, which is super
Amazing,
cool.
amazing, good stuff.
Yeah, and then I've just got some DW3 news, a couple of little things. So there's going to be this sort of ongoing DW3 storyline, and they've just released a new chapter in that called Mean 3311 AD Calling Alba. I think that's the chapter title anyway. There's a forum link we'll include, and that's the first real prelude to the DW3 storyline, so make sure to read it if you're interested in our months spanning narrative. And then the other bit of DW3 news is the Ancient Mysteries expedition, introducing the Next Distant Worlds 3 pre-launch event, the Ancient Mysteries expedition. We will be visiting strange and mysterious locations within a fairly short distance of the bubble. We'll be out in the black between the 9th and the 23rd of November, launching from Lave. Bring your exploration ships, try out new builds. As you try to hone the exploration ship you'll fly most of DW3 with. Just remember to bring some SRVs too. For more details, check out Ancient Mysteries event channel in the FleetCom Discord server. So yeah, DW3 ramping up. Cool stuff. That's all I've got for you this week, because we're being quick in it.
Yeah. So if you have a community event which is taking place soon and you'd like us to shout about it across the airways, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or just email us at info@laveradio.com. So, in-game events, what has been happening this week? Well, a little bit. So on the 30th of October, the Panther Clipper entered full production. So that means it's now available for credits, not for arcs. So everybody can get hold of a big ship.
Quite a lot of credit, I believe, if you want a fully kitted one. $1 billion?
Yeah, a huge amount of credits. Yeah, it's a big old ask, but it's cool. It's cool.
$500 million, isn't it?
No, well, I think if you want it well kitted, I think it's closer to 1 billion, in fact.
Yeah,
May even be
so
over.
yeah, a fifth of a fleet carrier. So yeah, have fun with that. Also, it was the end of the mining CG, so there was a lot of money to be had from that, which was nice. Hands up,
Nice
all
racks
those who got their
too.
capes.
Yes, I got my racks.
Everyone racked up.
It was hang on, right? It was just a single grade 5 one, right? Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay, because you were talking about racks then, and I was like, what have I missed out on?
Sorry,
racks
was funnier.
Singular.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at my rack. My rack is amazing.
Okay.
Yes. Incidentally, does anyone else? I'm finding that I'm not actually using my size 5s.
I am.
Yeah. I always find I've got something in my size 5 slot, like a fuel scoop or a. So
they go in the Type 11 as well. Every single time I switch from the Panther Clipper to the Type 11, I have to take all the all of them out of the Panther Clipper to put in the Type 11. I think I've only got size 4 shields on the Type 11, something like that, like
I think
Prismos or
5,
something.
am I wrong? I think 5 is also the biggest Guardian FSD booster you can fit, so I've often
It
got one of
is.
those in my size 5 slot as well.
I think I've only got like a really dinky one, but it adds a little tiny bit of range on it. I don't know.
That 5 slot seems to be very, very popular.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I worked moderately hard to get this cargo rack, and I've ended up not using it. Anyway.
And now you've got, what, 3 that you don't need to use?
I've got 2. I've got 2 going unused, yeah.
Amazing.
Maybe
Well
Frontier
done,
will release a new
Alec. I'm
ship.
sure it was worth it.
Yeah, maybe Frontier will release a new ship that I can slap one in.
Who knows?
Yeah. So, here's a controversial question. Did anyone enjoy the Halloween event?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It was low effort, but it was all right.
Okay.
It wasn't up for a Pulitzer, but it was.
Can I put it into context with where we were in the year as far as like Elite is concerned? If it had, I know so many people were complaining or saying, "Oh, it's so simple. There's nothing to it. It was really shit," and all of that thing. The issue is we've just come off the back of like less than a month ago. Frontier did a massive drive to get a whole load of new players into the game. So consider it an introductory thing to the puzzle solving that can be available in Elite. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I do think it's a really good
as a
point.
starting point.
Like if you bought the game a month ago or 2 months ago, you've never seen any of these treasure trail things, and it pops up. It's like, oh, what's this? So yeah, I get it. It's a good point.
So putting those sort of like, even putting those letters into, the numbers that it were into a Google search, it could be a Google search would go, "Hey, that's ASCII," or something along those lines, or Google search would say something like that, and would just return it to you. Or you can put it into something like fucking ChatGPT or all of that slop shit, and it would return the same information because it would Google it for you. But yeah, there is an element of it being more brand new player friendly than challenging for the more hardened players.
And the only criticism to that, and I do think it stands, is especially if it's for new players, is it could have done with telling people that it had finished.
100% agree with you there. Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
A number of people that were like, I mean, basically, I think you can summarize the entire thing with was that it? Is it over?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I mean, in the past, haven't we gotten your whatevers have been awarded to you?
I'm sure you get an inbox message when you earn stuff in the past.
Previously, for some of them, it's kind of hit and miss.
Yeah.
No, I thought that because I completed it at 2 minutes past midnight on Monday, that I must have missed the deadline because it was supposed to end yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Did you get it?
Oh, I did get it, but I didn't get any note. I didn't have anything on my credits or in my cosmetics until next time I logged in. So
right.
Yeah.
I wonder if ED Copilot can be programmed to make a kind of ka-ching noise every time your balance goes up.
That'd be nice, actually.
Yeah.
That would actually be kind of handy.
Yeah. I might suggest that.
Oh dear, we're turning it into eBay now, are we? Right.
Then people are going, where is that noise coming from? Why am I getting credits? Wait, what?
Hey, you're getting free credits. What are you complaining about? Anyway, Tuesday, today, the 4th of November, it has been announced that the Trailblazer fleet is to be withdrawn. As forecast back in April, it is expected that when economies and populations begin to settle, the Brewers Corporation's Trailblazer fleet of megaships, which currently supply many of colonies, will be repurposed for other duties.
Yeah, that quote, I should thank someone in the Burr Pit, but I can't remember who. I do apologise in their Discord, but that quote was from the Galnet back in April. So so they did say that this would happen. I hadn't realised that, but it was interesting.
It coincides with colonization coming out of beta,
Mhm.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
I also think,
Yeah.
how many Trailblazer ships are there? 4 or 5? They're quite a
8.
long way from most colonization efforts now.
Well, I guess
I
They're
are
barely
they becoming
use
increasingly
them.
irrelevant?
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
The only time I've really used them is when I went with an empty Panther Clipper to go and fill up on all the little bits. Like the little tiny bits, and you can pretty much do like a Odyssey settlement in one Panther Clippers trip from a Trailblazer thing. But I don't mind. I enjoy colonization. I think it's really fun. I don't mind putting in a little bit of extra effort because there's quite a few places around by me that have the bits that I need. There's certain things that are going to be more difficult to get, like. There is a thing.
There's
one
a
of the things
thing that a few people have complained about, that the Trailblazer ships were a good. I can't remember. There was a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that.
Cool. There was some speculation bouncing around that because there was a comment about that they may be redeployed elsewhere. There's some excitement that maybe they'll be redeployed in Colonia, but no basis for that excitement.
No, but there is a repurposing going on.
Yeah.
Which
But I mean, what are you talking about, Colin? There's no reason why they would need megaships for any other reason. What could
funny
you
that.
possibly mean?
Fun. We don't need megaships for any other reason? Well, there might be something to do with power play. Can we go for the power play rankings this week? Continuing his horrid fall to 12th, we have Petraeus, who's only gained 3 systems this week, up to 658. 11th is we have Torval, gaining 12 systems, up to 709. In 10th, Pirate Delaney has lost 4 systems, dropping his total down to 724. In 9th, we have Winters, gaining 11 systems, up to 818. Antal beats the 1,000 system record with 10 new systems, up to 1,006. And Kane gains an extra 20 systems, up to 1,030. In 6th place, Archer gains another 14 systems, bringing his total up to 1,077, while Grom only gains 5 in 5th place, so he's up to 1,261. In 4th, we have Lee Yong-Ru gaining 39 systems, bringing his total up to 1,370. And Arissa gains 10 in 3rd place, so her total remains at 1,886. Mahan stays still at 2nd, having gained only 4 systems this week, up to 1,739, and still extending her lead over the lot of us. We have the Bluehead Princess, Aisling Duval, selling bathwater, up to 2,079 systems. And that is your power play rankings this week.
Wild.
Yeah, Lee Yong-Ru really pulled his finger out this week. So yeah,
that's a lot. That's quite a
it
thing.
is. I had to double check the figures. I didn't know whether or not that was a misprint left over from last week, but apparently not. So yes, that's a lot.
There is movement, isn't there? I mean, we sort of talk about it being a bit stagnant, but there is movement.
Well, to be honest, not as much. It's still not as much movement as I was hoping for, but as we'll probably discuss later, there are possibilities for all this to get shaken up quite soon. Anyway, I did take notes on what you suggested last week, but I think we've got other priorities.
We could probably, like, we've got time, Colin. We can certainly touch on it on the what were we talking about, the power play?
Yeah, you were talking. You were going to ask me a question about power play.
It was Chris's question, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to rack my brains. I should have
kept it written down. It was to do with how you feel that power play is being used as far as like story mechanics are concerned, how that's being used in a power play is being used to drive the narrative in a way that it hasn't been done before, and are you happy to see
With all
that
this
happening?
Yeah, I'm actually happy to see it happening because it's actually story. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, after the Thargoid War's gone, there's not much in the way of narrative.
Yeah.
And so I guess we're all pretty sort of anything that comes up in Galnet, we're on it immediately. And I think that the only thing that they could really work on is basically these second level powers which are always bickering. You know, the hidden war
Mhm.
behind
Yeah.
the
They're
the
the only
so-called
actors
Cold
at the
War.
moment. They're the kind of only actors in the galaxy at the moment, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have been used in Galnet in the past, all these characters,
Yeah.
uh, and all the way through. And I'm glad to see that they're still being used. But there are times when I'm around there thinking, okay, surely there must be more than these 12 important people.
Do you think that using I've totally lost where I was going with that. No, hang on. Do you think? I mean, it will come back to me. I was gonna say because you say, "Oh, there must be more than these 12 important people." But I
Yeah.
saw people saying in the Frontier Unlocked Discord, I saw things on those lines when people were complaining about the Halloween event and saying, "Oh, it's mentioned loads of different things that we've never heard of before in our lives." And one of the things that they were citing of things that haven't been mentioned before, and why are we invested in this? One of them was like the Phagos clan, and I was like, "Excuse me, they've been in the game for loads. They're like one of the well-known cannibals of the game, and it's like a good sort of
I will confess, when I did the Halloween thing and he started going on about not as bad as the Phagos clan, my reaction was, who?
I mean, fair. Hmm?
One of the things that I would want, I mean, they do this with some of the missions that you've been on, like the Golconda and things like that, is that they store all these little tidbits in the what do you call it?
Codex?
The codex, yes. But they've stopped doing that. And there are some times when I wish, like sometimes the things from from that Halloween event was available in the codex, so you could look back on it later. But I you know, as far as the Halloween event was concerned, I mean, I thought it was great that we had a new character that started off doing something weird. Although he didn't
Yeah.
last long, did he? Spoiler alert.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Chris's feelings about it, and I'm kind of on the fence with it, is that also a follow. Here we go. There's a follow-up question. I found it. Do you think that there is a pressure to make people engage in power play that wasn't necessarily there before? I'm not talking to you, Ben. I'm talking to Colin. But do you think that there is an added pressure now to make people engage in power play so that they don't miss any of the narrative? And do you think that's a good thing as a power play player?
Well, first of all, I think there is not in pressure, but I think there's encouragement. I think it's a case of it's very much carrot instead of stick, because if they started using stick to say you'll only get this if you do power play, then I think people won't engage with it as much.
Yeah.
They'll resent it.
So, I mean, I'm hoping that they do have that kind of okay. This is specifically for the power players, but for people who don't power play, there's this little bit as well.
Yeah.
But there's sort of put a slightly bigger carrot in front of the power play.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of the normal rod, maybe, but
Cool.
not. Oh, you can only get this narrative if you go via power play. I don't think I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. That's great. That's the answer I was looking for from you.
Yeah.
And that when I remembered what the fucking question I was supposed to be asking you was.
I just say I am witnessing a power war crime being committed by Edmund Mahon as we speak.
Right.
is deliberately targeting a Type 7 transporter with no shields and no weapons belonging to Aisling Duval, just because it was in Leasty.
Yeah, but that's one of their stronghold systems. Is that not one of their stronghold systems? Yeah, so they have a right to do that. They will fight any other.
It's still a war crime.
Well, not really.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's perfectly normal power play shenanigans,
Yeah.
Ben. It's nobody just talks about it. Just
I still call deliberately shooting an unarmed transport ship.
It's just good business.
Hey, look, I mean,
even
we sweep war crimes under the table in 2025. I'm sure they do it even more in 3311.
Yeah,
100%,
I still don't think
absolutely.
it's like in 2025 either.
No,
I just want to see that, to be honest.
Put it this way:
Well, fuck you.
a pilot would have had plenty of warning, saying that you are in a hostile system. Enter at your own risk, and you should know better. And for goodness' sake, you should have blooming shields if you go there. That was an idiot asking to be killed.
You'd have got the same had you been placed to a power.
Yes, I mean you can be a neutral observer there, Ben. They're not going to bother you. It's only if you.
I am wearing my blue press vest as we speak.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to choke you, Colin.
That's fine. That's fine. I remember I have one commander, two commanders that have got nothing to do with power play, and one commander that's so far that's very deep into power play. So that's how I like it at the moment. So, I guess it's that time of the week again.
Store alert!
Right.
I'm running about half an hour early at the moment.
And welcome back. The store alert is continuing putting a lot of the Halloween cosmetics on sale. However, there is a free Halloween decal that's available to everybody if you want to claim it. So go and enjoy your free Halloween decal.
Also, we know how we lamented that the bobbleheads weren't available last week. They are currently in the sale. Not all of them. The funky blue skull thing with the skull with the blue lights or the blue like iridescence, or specularity isn't there. But everything else, all of the other bobbleheads, so like the bat and the other skull and the jack-o'-lantern, they are. I said jack-o'-lantern very strange. Then my apologies. They are all in the store, and the sugar skulls. all of the amazing Halloween stuff. All of the sugar skull lights and the pumpkin lights, I believe, are available in the sale. So if you're wanting to grab hold of them for, I don't know, next Halloween now, you still can, as of time of recording this.
Yeah, we don't know how long. It's probably going to be Thursday when they change, isn't it?
I should imagine it's going to be close to either it might be today. It might be today that they go. Hang on, I need to check the deals.
They're there at the moment.
They're there at the moment. Okay.
They're there at the moment, yes, on a Tuesday evening at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe it'll be Monday that they go then. Next Monday.
So funny if I pressed F5 and they disappeared. No, they're still there.
Don't do that.
Oh, Alec! Right, we're going to take an ad break, and then we'll come back with the news when Frontier dropped basically a info bomb this afternoon.
I was overseeing the delivery of some slaves to the starport in Exios, and a cleaning robot had just washed the floor, but not left a warning sign. I had to run after a slave that was escaping, and I slipped and fractured my wrist. I was delayed for 10 whole minutes while the Medicomp repaired the damage. My time is billable. Can I get compensation?
Yes, you can.
I was on a regular trading run back to Sol, and it was my job to repaint the outside of the ship. I was given the wrong kind of EVA clamps. Nothing bad actually happened, but it did give me a fright. Can I get compensation?
Yes, you can.
I was checking some robots through customs when I distinctly heard an official call the robots clanks. I was deeply offended, even though I'm not a robot myself. That's their word. You're not allowed to use it. Can I claim for moral outrage?
Yes, you can. At Cowell and McGrath, we are now taking any kind of legal action. No case too small, no justification too frivolous. If you've been lightly inconvenienced, embarrassed, or in any way put out, then someone should be made to give you money. Don't be a stupid clank.
Excuse me?
Cowell and McGrath, taking on any case, playing the percentages.
Hey there, Commander. Are you tired of transporting bulky containers of water everywhere? Wish there was a lighter, more convenient solution? Introducing dehydrated water. With our groundbreaking technology, we've removed all the excess moisture, leaving you with a compact, easy-to-transport solution. Our patented, groundbreaking process extracts 100% of the H2O molecules, leaving you with pure, unadulterated nothing. Get yours today. Available in convenient single servings, family-size packets, and for a limited time only, the Jumbo Empty Jug Edition. Buy it now from your nearest starport. And now, introducing our sparkling variety with our new patented glitter sachets. Dehydrated water, the future of hydration. Warning, must add water to activate. Do not attempt to consume dry.
Oi, how you doing, my brother? So you run some data and you left your little sidey and you're starting to think about maybe a ship that can punch a little bit harder. Well, the Killback, the one with the little flappy wings, is just what the doctor ordered. It is multi-crew enabled and is the smallest ship with a fighter bay, so you can point and they will do your bidding. Ha! It's got 3 utility mounts, 2 small and 2 medium hard points, plus a whole batch of compartments. So if you want a bit of fun, grab a Killback, my son.
And welcome back. Now, it must be said that at the beginning of this week, we were a bit, well, what can we really talk about this week? And then, thankfully, with us being part of the partner program, Frontier dropped a video for us to review. And wow, did we have... That caused a lot of excitement, as has it been released into the world. We can now talk about it, but quickly we'll get a couple of little things out of the way. Frontier has put out an official Odyssey guide, which we've included a link in the show notes. This is a quick guide to what's possible to do in Odyssey, which, you know, I'm quite happy with it. It's very concise and to the point. Was this a commander submission?
No, I don't think so. I think it's something that they've written.
No.
When was Odyssey released again?
You think the manual's overdue?
Yeah.
I guess it. You know, it's back to all the new players and the big push to encourage new people on board, and they've just thought, well, we should probably have something for people to read if they're thinking about getting Odyssey that tells them what it is.
Reduce the shape of that cliff.
Yeah, well, so that came out, and we thought, well, that's not going to be enough to do a whole show on. So thankfully, when this video dropped, we had 12 minutes where Zach was explaining current state of the game, kind of, and the big announcements about what to expect for the next hidden feature that we didn't have a clue about. And we'll come back to that later. But interesting thing that they did say, colonization stats so far. At this moment, there's been over 100,000 systems claimed. Of those 100,000 systems, 75,000 of them were colonized. Within those 75,000 systems, over 270,000 facilities have been built. And in order to do that, over 7 billion units of cargo has been hauled by the community.
I think it's fair to say that colonisation is a success based on those numbers.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that now sort of the bubble is now 300% bigger than it was before colonisation started?
Is that true?
Yeah, I thought that there was about 25,000 systems, which was part of the human bubble, and it's now at least over the original 25,000 plus the 75,000 new systems.
Am I right in assuming that Hutton have probably abandoned Operation Hot Mess at this point?
I mean, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Surely.
I could just see them going, never.
No, we shall never give up, never surrender. Let's get a mug everywhere. So yes, that's.
I haven't even thought to even just like mug and gin my colonized systems, and I've only got to.
So, well, this brings up some interesting news because colonizations is still considered a beta. And Zach announced that the beta is now ending officially on the 11th of November. They were saying that they're very happy with the state of colonization. They've put in a lot of fixes for people to do, get rid of facilities they don't want and all that kind of stuff, stuff that we were crying out for when it first came out. But that's not all, because on the 11th, there are going to be significant bug fixes and a quality of life update for colonization, power play, and the BGS. So there's something big coming next week.
Yeah, there's going to be some fun patch notes, I hope.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, to tell you the truth, as far as myself is concerned, I am hoping that the power play fixes that are coming sort out a few of the niggles that I still have with power play at the moment. I don't know, Claire. I mean, you've now hit level 100. Do you consider power play over for yourself?
I've completed it, mate. And I mean, I would say to some extent, yes, but I logged in on Friday when I was doing my the Halloween. That's something I did this week, the Halloween charity event. Don't ever let your friends tell you to eat Bean Boozled. But I logged on and I genuinely didn't know what to do. I was like, I feel like I'm at a loose end and I'm just playing Elite. Because it's there and it's a good thing to chat through while you're doing other things and that kind of stuff. And then I went, no, I have got something I can do. I can just log on and go and do power play, do the power play bits and do that. So I still did some power play on Friday, even though I have technically completed it and I don't need to do any more.
Yeah. No, I'm also hoping that the BGS settles down, because although there have been fixes to the BGS lately, the loose screws have quite rightly pointed out that it's not 100% fixed. There's still quite a few outstanding issues that really needs to be looked at. And I'm kind of hoping that these significant bug fixes get both BGS and power play on a kind of level footing, because I know that power play and BGS is mixing on. So, anybody else?
It sounds like, and this is kind of going to be a theme, and I'll just like knock it here before we move on, but it sounds like there is a lot of prep happening in the latter part of this year for what is coming. And it's getting all your eggs in a basket before you're moving on to the next thing. It's the impression that I'm getting from it.
Yeah, getting your targets lined up in a row.
Yeah.
So, we shall move on. Now, that's not the only thing that's happening on the 11th of November. They announced... oh, this was so funny. They announced the dodecahedron station is returning. Now, this is probably the most controversial thing so far. It's coming on the 11th of November. However, it's not free. It will cost you 50,000 ARCs. It is considered to be the pinnacle of station engineering. It's tier 3 that gives you a higher population and a standard of living beyond that of the current tier 3 ports. Got increased tech, wealth and development levels beyond that of the current tier 3 ports. And for the first time, you can have human tech brokers in colonized stations. Now, this is a one-off purchase that gives you an instant build credit to instantly fulfill the commodity requirements, provided the usual colonization system additions are satisfied. But then that's it. It's unlocked for all your future systems. So, right. I will say this. I was watching the YouTube stream when they announced this.
Yep.
And it was absolutely hilarious because they said, and coming is the Dodo station, and everyone went, oh, it's amazing, fantastic, great, for 50,000 arcs. Judas, traitor, pay to win. It was such a fast U-turn of their thinking Lewis Hamilton's doing donuts again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's start initial crew reaction. Claire, you want to start us off here?
Yeah,
Do we need a soapbox?
Well, no, we don't need a soapbox because I feel like we use a soapbox when I have a fun run, and I don't feel like this is a fun run. It is really, really pretty, and I really like it, and I think it's gorgeous. However, I have a real problem with the pay to win nature of it, and I also have a problem with people who justify predatory tactics by defining pay to win without its hyphens and just using winning as a like, well, what are you winning? But while pay to win by definition is paying real life money for an advantage in the game. Now, if your advantage is that you get a shiny station, or if your advantage is that you have a tech broker closer nearby, it is still an advantage that at the moment Frontier have not said that they're not, that this is never ever going to be something that you pay money for. And this is 25 quid for, from what I've seen so far, much less than a DLC. And that's DLC prices for that. And I guarantee you that these paint jobs that they showed on the video are not going to be
cheap.
As part and parcel of that package. You'll be paying more arcs for it then. And I know it's going to sell well anyway, because people will blanket support Frontier. But this to me is another step in that wrong direction that I'm not keen on.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I am one of those people that is there thinking, oh, hang on a second, how do you win with one of these things? Because you don't.
Also, other people can visit your station, so you don't.
Yeah.
You're putting it out there for everyone to use.
Yeah, and everybody else can use your tech broker. The tech broker's not exclusive to you.
No, absolutely. I totally see all of that, but it is too much into that side of me, into that side to sort of like to justify it and to excuse that sort of behavior.
I mean, personally, I think the problem that I have with it is the price, because that is double what Odyssey costs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think it gives that much of an advantage. Yes, it looks pretty. Yes, it'll boost your system. Yes, it'll give you probably an extra 50 to 100 grand a week, maybe. But I personally, I'm not going to pay 25 quid for that.
100%, no, me either.
And yeah, I think this is. Yeah, I think this is maybe they've been trying to see how far they can push it, and I think with this one, I mean, it was borderline with the Galactic version, I think, with the Type 11. I mean, I would, but this one is that one step too far for me, and I don't know about anybody else, but I feel please don't give this to the partner program.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want it. I would never ever use it.
Because I feel that, the not only would it, I mean, we probably would end up using it, but I think that much of thing, it'll just make everybody a bit annoyed with the partners, and that's not what we're supposed to be about.
I
By that
hadn't.
reckoning, wouldn't you be annoyed at people who'd also given Frontier 25 quid?
No.
No.
And in fact, until Colin mentioned it earlier today, I hadn't even thought about that. And actually, I was considering buying it because, frankly, I do still have ARCs left over from the big just about money earning thing that I have. I do have more than that. So, and my initial reaction was, that looks cool. I might bung one of those in my my one and only colonization system, because I don't have any big starports, and I thought it would look super cool. But but yeah, there is. It feels a bit tainted. Now there is the thing, the pay to win. I don't know. I've been wrestling with this today because, of course, other people can visit it. So
Yeah.
although it's closer to me than anyone else, people can come and visit it. And like you say, I'm going to earn a few 100,000 extra in my colonization. Big fat hairy deal. Who cares?
Yeah.
So then I started thinking of it as a big cosmetic item, and I was thinking, why do I? Because I do care. I do think it feels wrong, and it's like, why do I feel that a cosmetic space station for money is wrong when I can fill my ship with bobbleheads and nobody gets annoyed about that? I'm just buying a big cosmetic for my system. And I know it's got some non-cosmetic stuff, but anyone can use those. So, but I don't like it. Equally, I still think it's too much. It's too big a thing to
Yeah,
just
I
pay
think
money
it's
for.
because it affects the colonization stats in such a way that,
Maybe I don't
if
care a shit
anybody's
about the colonization stats, but yeah, sure.
well, there are some people out there that say,
Yeah,
no, look
yeah.
at how hard I've worked, and then they
Yeah.
compare it to someone who's just bought this and went, you just
Yeah.
beat me because you bought that. I
I
mean,
also don't like that the money not only gets you it, but it gets you. It satisfies all the material requirements, so you just pop it in for nothing. Like when I wanted to
just
have the
once
big,
though.
just once, but even that, like when I wanted a big ground planetary port in my system, I basically had to. Well, I did the whole Drachia rally thing, and on the back of that, the Burrs agreed to get a bit of a team behind it and build it for me. And I probably wouldn't have been able to build it myself. And I don't mind that. It's a big thing, and it should be a big commitment. And the idea that you can just go, I can't be bothered with that commitment. I'll just give them loads of money, do it for free.
Yeah.
That doesn't sit well.
Yeah, same.
No.
Doesn't sit well with me either.
No, I must admit. I mean, I'm looking at that price of ARCs, and I'm there thinking, yeah, if it was up to me, yes, I probably would buy it. But then, as we'll discuss later, there's something else coming which I probably would prefer to spend my ARCs on. But yeah, we'll leave that for the moment. So, Ben, have you got any thoughts on this?
I can safely say I have 0 fucks to give.
So there we
and
have.
I'm quite glad that it is not affecting me in any way.
Fair enough. Right. So there always seems to be one controversial part. There's always one controversial part of a release that they
I'm really disappointed that they put it right at the beginning as well, because I feel like they lost the room as well. As soon as they said this, I don't think they fully recovered. It was only a 10-minute or so video. I don't feel like they fully recovered, and it was really frustrating.
Well, yeah, I must admit it would. That U-turn as soon as they announced what it was, and how much it cost, and what its facilities were. There was people going, yeah, oh God, what have they done? It was quite a bit of a.
Channel was funny.
Yeah, it was just very funny that it just one moment people were going, yes, fantastic, and next second it was Judas.
Yeah, it really
One
was.
thing we haven't mentioned about the Dodo, I do just want to mention, I can't wait to see what a flight assist off trench run is like.
I mean, I did make the point that, you know, if you want to consider it proper pay to win, you should really think of it for 75,000 arcs. You can add one super laser that will blow up other players' stations, facilities, and mega ships. Now that would be pay to win. But yes, that's me just going a little silly. But we will move on because what I would like to spend my arcs on is what we're going to discuss next. Now we were hoping for what was the next ship going to be, and we all kind of agreed it might be an Explorer. And yes, the Caspian Explorer from Zorgan Peterson is the next ship, and it's large with a massive cockpit. It has compatible with Mark II modules, including a breakthrough frame shift drive that takes neutron supercharged jumps to a new level. They highlighted an interesting plating pattern on the hull, which got me completely weird. Arcs, early access in December, and finally there'll be, included in this, there'll be a balancing pass of on-foot combat, which will improve some AI with, Odyssey type settlements and so on. So let's have a quick run around the crew and see what they think to the USS Reliant. Sorry, Caspian. It must be said that as soon as this thing appeared, everybody went, has that just dropped out of warp speed?
Yeah.
There's a Captain James T. Burke on it on something.
At what point does
long as
the
it's got a coffee
copyright?
machine.
At what point does the copyright end? I mean, how much of a Star Trek ship can you be before you're?
I mean, there's
you're
only
on
so many
dangerous ground?
spaces that are recognizable spaceships. Do you know what I mean? There's only so many shapes that you can have before it starts getting silly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think from some angles, very definitely. From other angles, less so.
I really like it. I think it's super cool. Did you notice that they didn't sort of explicitly show it, but if you sort of compare screenshots, the engines are going to kind of slide out and come backwards a little bit.
I really hope that happens when it goes to warp. I mean, enter stream drive. Sorry.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because there's a shot of it landed, although it's one of those sort of mock-ups. It's not an in-game shot. It's just a mock-up, really, of it landed where the engines are in their kind of out configuration. But that may just be a mistake of the mock-up.
Now, they did show pictures of the bridge. It's a 4-person bridge. So we're hoping that they've got, at least a fighter bay or a lot of space for SRVs or something like that. But yeah, it's I'm saving my arcs for this, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I will be definitely getting one from the first moment and putting it on my exploration commander. And shall we wave bye-bye to the Mandalay, or are people going to still?
Well,
be
we'll
happy
wait till we
with
fly.
the
The Mandalay flies beautifully. We don't know what this flies like.
Don't
Mandalay. Well, this is technically an Explorer. The Mandalay's a bit of a jack of all trades, really, isn't it?
Nah, Mandalay was built as an Explorer.
Yeah, it was originally built as an Explorer, but they just went, "Oh, let's make it mega."
This is large as well, so you
Let's just
can't
make
land
it
at
OP.
outposts, and I don't think I'll be getting rid of my Mandalay, but I will get one of these. I think it's really nice.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued. Sorry, go on.
They did drop one hint. They said, "Be careful on high G worlds."
Oh, is it going to have a holistic hull?
So, has
But
anyone
they also said
heard?
about ice things.
Has anyone heard the Burrs video?
Not yet.
I haven't watched it yet. It was on my it's on my list.
Yeah.
The Burrs jumped on something which I didn't spot. So Zach says he does his little piece about it's got a low landing profile, and then he makes some jokey little comment like mind the gravity, and then a split second later moves on to the bit about there being an interesting plating pattern on the hull.
I thought that was just a cat pit.
The Burrs have connected those two things.
Right.
I'm not sure I did. I went back and it does follow immediately after Mind the Gravity, but Zach was speeding through it anyway, so I don't know. But yeah, maybe I won't spoil it. But if you listen to the Burrs
Please
summation,
spoil it.
they have some interesting tinfoil on the.
Yeah.
Well, what they've spotted is that there's a hexagonal pattern on some of the hull plates, which we haven't seen before.
Algoids?
And it was
I
us.
think-
We were thinking, is it Batman or is it Catman?
It was
That's
a cat.
that's the
There's a
cockpit
cat
glass.
on the cockpit
Yeah.
glass. It's
But it's the
great.
glass. It's not hull plates. Yeah, it's a weird comment,
Where
isn't
are
it?
the
An
where are
interesting
the
plating pattern. You
where
have
are the
to zoom in.
hexagons?
You have
Oh
to
right.
you have to go really high.
You have to enhance them and get out the chalkboard, right? Just to
I
go
think
over-
it's a mad theory the Burrs have got, but you know.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know. I
worth
saw something that I thought that reminded me of essentially the escape pods that they have in Star Trek. But I'm guessing that's not what you're on about, is it?
No.
Yeah, it's such
No.
an
I
odd
mean, I
comment.
must admit, I am looking at this ship thinking, okay, this is. It's not the exact explorer I would wanted, but it's an explorer that I like.
Zach also mentions he dropped something about volcanic worlds in an odd way that made me sort of stop and go, I'm sorry, what? What was that?
He was commenting about volcanic
Landing it-
worlds,
yeah.
and
He was saying
and
again
he
about
also made a point of saying ice as well, didn't he?
yeah.
I missed that. When did he actually say that?
It's like when
he
he's
was
talking about the landing gear.
the landing of the Caspian. It can land on this and that and volcanics and I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
What do we think the neutron jump range is going to go up to?
that was good. Yeah. How much is too much is a follow-up question to that. Like, if I can get to Cologne, I think if I can get to Colonia in less than 15 minutes, I might.
Wow.
I might
say that's too much.
I might say that's a little bit.
I thought you were going to say one jump.
No, can you imagine? If it's jumping, if it's jumping further, it won't. On a neutron jump, if it jumps further than a fleet carrier, that might be a problem.
I'm going to say double. What does that mean? 600 light years instead of 300?
That's further than a
Well,
fleet carrier.
what's the most
Is
you
it?
can get on a neutron jump?
So it's
Get about 300
it's four times your jump range. So from a neutron boost.
Wow.
So
Okay, so I'm about 300.
8 times.
Yeah, but one of the things that they've said is that I've got an interesting theory that this ship will probably be only good at jumping via neutron stars. It won't have the same long range jump range as say as a jumper Conda.
Do you not think so?
No, I think if they have, I don't mean to put words in their mouth, but if it had been me designing this, I would have given it an advantage in one field and taken it away in another.
Yeah.
So if it was me, I would have said, right, okay, we'll make the jump range for the actual ship smaller, say the equivalent of a Mandalay. Make that instead of a jumper Conda, because a jumper Conda goes 80 light years, if you've got it right. So if it goes the same, let's say 40 to 50 as a Mandalay, but it goes 8 times instead of 6 times.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I like that.
And I hope they've done something like that, and they haven't done a Mandalay where they've just gone, oh no, we'll just keep everything up the top, because I do feel that I feel that it's creeping up too high, and it's leaving everything else behind, and it just feels, I don't know. I mean, I suppose from their point of view, they want you to use the latest ships because they get money from them, but I don't know. It's sort of I would give it a little bit of a disadvantage to balance out the fact you've given it a whacking big advantage with the neutron stars. And Mark Game is now showing off, saying, well, my Exo Mandalay goes 93, so there.
I'm thinking when I was looking at the screenshots,
I
was
don't.
trying to find the the weapon ports and see what we've
I
got there.
I don't know that Frontier would be able to give it a disadvantage and sell it because it's large, so it's going to be sold at that higher price point as well. Um, I don't know, and there'll be a galactic version and then a follow-up version, which is even more money with the holograms on it. I'm sounding a bit cynical now. I don't know necessarily that it's going to have a disadvantage. Um, I don't think that's the way that Frontier are playing it anymore at the moment.
The only thing I'd say is when they released the Mandalay, they did make a big thing about this is going to have the biggest jump range, and apart from the stupid Jumperconda, which is a stupid ship, it
Yeah.
it does, it does. I don't. I'm with Colin. This is going to have a lower jump range than the Mandalay for sure, but its neutron thing will mean that if you need to get one out to the center of the galaxy, you can get there faster than the Mandalay by using neutrons, but its normal jump range, I am going to say, will be definitely less than the Mandalay. It would be stupid. It would be, if it was more than the Mandalay, it would be like releasing something that could carry more than the Panther Clipper.
Right. I'll just quickly go around the crew here. First impressions, is it a buy or no buy for you, Claire?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's beautiful.
Excellent.
I
Alec?
don't even explore.
Yeah, no, I like it. I'll get one.
Ben?
Sure. I think it looks nice.
Obviously, we need to see everything else, but if it doesn't suck, hell yeah.
And myself, I take my money.
Yeah, I think
that's where I am with this one already, just by the looks alone.
I
So,
feel like what I will probably end up doing with it is I will use I won't use it very often. I feel like I'll still be using my Mandalay as an all rounder because I love my Mandalay so much. But I think if I'm probably get rid. I feel like we're killing off our anacondas with this ship rather than with our Mandalays. I think there's still this space in the game for a medium ship which jumps long and
for
a large ship.
sure.
I love the ship. I think it looks dope. I think I'm looking forward to trying to race it to Colonia and see how quickly it does actually go. That's like I keep seeing it and I hear, oh, it's going to do really well in a neutron boost. It's going to be like a phenomenal neutron boost with this thing, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. Especially because it's a Zorgan Peterson. If it's got the Mark II. It's got Mark II restricted like cargo slots or fuel slots potentially, because they mentioned it being compatible with multiple of the different Mark II things rather than just that. And I can only assume it's that and not the mining laser, because that would be weird. But it could be, and it could be the limbits as well. But I think like that plus fuel. Plus a big fuel tank, like a Mark II fuel tank as well, I think would be really fun. And a really fun like race across the galaxy kind of thing. Making the galaxy infinitely smaller, but again, a lot of us play this game very differently to the way we played it 5 years ago when we were happier to do an hour's trip, or I'm saying like an hour and a half trip to Colonia, but you know what I mean. Or a few day trips to Colonia,
I know exactly what you mean.
My first trip to Colonia took about a month.
Yeah, exactly. I corrected myself.
I haven't got to Colonia yet, and that's been what since Odyssey was released.
Maybe
but
this
is the interesting thing. I mean, I'm jumping there in Imperial cutter rather, and the one thing that I was never able to do to that cutter was put an SCO drive on it. So this is me still out there in space, and I spot a planet over 50,000 light seconds away, and it's got lots of biologicals on it, and I suddenly turn towards it, press the overdrive and forget I don't have it, and go, oh, this is why I don't like doing this anymore. Because I'm in the middle of nowhere, I cannot get an A-rated SCO drive. So Anyway, right. Now, I think we're going to hit the big one now. Yes. Now, the one thing that we've been speculating constantly about has been what is the big end of year feature that we're getting. Bad news first, we're not getting one.
Right.
It's not coming out before Christmas. It'll be interesting to see what comes with the Caspian Explorer. Because we've got a feeling that something else is brewing, but we will just have to wait and see. But what's coming out in early 2026, so I expect February sometime,
Yeah.
is Operations. Now, Operations is a new set of multi-phase scenarios for Odyssey players to engage in. Just Odyssey players, it should be pointed out. So these are missions which are set both in foot and in space. It's for you and up to 3 other commanders. Explore parts of Elite Dangerous never seen before. For example, the internals of megaships for the very first time in a hostile environment. There'll be ship versus ship combat, then board the megaship to continue the assault on foot, exploring newly created areas. The initial release will have multiple different operations, and there are more planned to be added over time, each with varying levels of difficulty. So expect some operations to be based around combat, some to be based around mining, and more kinds of things as the feature expands. Now, these operations are going to be repeatable, and they give access to rewards that are hard to obtain anywhere else in the galaxy. Now, I am going to start with Ben because he surprised me with his reaction. So, Ben, go first.
What you mean by me squealing out? Eee!
It has been. It's just you've not been enthusiastic about anything that's been produced for the last
Well, this
year.
is the first thing for a long time that is actually of any interest to me because I love running. These are dungeons. Call it by what they are. These are dungeons,
Yeah.
and I love running dungeons in MMOs. I've always, from the very first time I was playing a MUD, and we're doing a text-based, essentially a dungeon, just exploring a house. And you go in and it's dark, and we're just exploring the house, and then all of a sudden, a lich or something jumps out and kills half the party. And this, I love that. I loved running everything from the dead mines up in World of Warcraft. I love doing the dungeons in SWTOR. Star Citizen's now essentially getting dungeons, although they haven't got instancing yet, but they're getting it allegedly. Actually, that'd be a good question. Will these be instanced?
I'm expecting that they will be.
I would hope they will be, but I don't know. Because at the moment in Star Citizen, I can accept a mission to go into a dungeon, essentially. And they've created a bajillion of these locations. But you still sometimes go in and you're looking for all these NPCs and you're shooting them down and you're killing the bosses and things like that. And then you're on your way out with the loot, and another team of players will just be running in to do the thing. And then maybe you're lucky and you realize you're all humans and you're not dicks. Maybe you're not lucky and you running out with like 1 health suddenly gets shot at by another human.
Well, yeah, what you're on about there is PvP dungeons, aren't you?
Well, that would essentially be a PvP dungeon, but they're not meant to be.
I
That's
mean,
what they have at the moment, and I'm just wondering, will these be instanced? So, you, me, Clarence, Alec go in and start a dungeon, and all that stuff in there is instanced to us. Or could the Chris Collective come in and steal all our loot?
well, I'm hoping not in that case. Well, what I am hoping for actually is that there is a switch where you can make one of these operations multiplayer, so multi-squad if you like, so that you could have two competing squads trying to do the same thing, and oh dear, we meet in the middle of a meet in the middle of the megaship, and there's a firefight to see who gets there first.
If that were true, what
friendly
would
fire,
you? If that were true, then what would you and up to 3 teammates mean?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be 3 of you on your crew, if you see what I mean. But you'd be up against 4 people on another crew.
Yeah, no,
But
I'll
what if
just
the
I'll
four?
just be in the private group, thanks.
But what if the 4 people on the other crew want to help you? Isn't that a crew of 8 suddenly? Like I don't.
Well, yeah.
By saying you and up to 3 teammates, I feel like that pretty much says other people won't be in there with you because otherwise other people can help as well.
I think so, but this will be the first case of instancing we've seen.
Yeah, well, apart from CQC.
Yeah. So. Oh dear, we've already split sides. We've got people going to
I'm
the
on the
Chris
Chris Collective team. I'm deferred. I'm in that group chat.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, let's go to Alec. What's your response to this?
It sounds cool, and I can't wait to see it. I love the idea
Mm-hmm.
of the mixed ship and on foot and boarding mega ships and seeing the inside of the mega ship. My only reservation, or it's twofold really. It's partly the CQ the CQC analogy is partly it. So one of the things I never liked about CQC was it felt like a different game. It's not like you flew to Shinrata, disembarked, and went into the CQC lounge, and it felt like I was choosing not to play Elite. I was going to play CQC today.
Uh-huh.
So I'm worried about how you engage with this, how you choose to do it.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't feel in game, I'm going to have a sort of issue with it, one that I can't fully explain. And the other thing that bugs me, well, that I think is interesting to think about, is it's not procedurally generated. So kind of, how many different scenarios do we think it's going to launch with? 5?
No clue at the moment.
Yeah.
Once you've done one, you've done it. So if you choose to do it again, you're literally going to be doing the same corridors and the same. I'm worried about that. I'm worried
People
about.
have done that in MMOs, literally that for years.
Yeah, sure. I was never
I'm not
really into
bothered.
that.
I'm not bothered about that kind of thing. I mean, there's always, depending on who you're playing with, something new always seems to happen. You might get stuck with the nump face who's absolutely useless, and before you know it, that's it. You complete party wipe. But
it feels like a significant departure from what Elite was, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of comments along those lines around the forums. And I'm not moaning. I'm not saying I hate it, but I'm just. Well,
I mean, the only thing I would say to that is that this is the kind of thing that I've wanted in Odyssey from the very beginning. The bit where it feels like it's all joined up into one. Is this whole sphere of combat that they were going on about. We had a little bit of that with the Thargoid Spires. But this is where I can see this working, I don't know, even in Power Play or something like that, where you're raiding all those mega ships which have suddenly appeared around a certain system. I don't know. But, I can see that working. And people rerunning the same scenarios to get Power Play points or merits or whatever. But, yeah. I take your point, because once there's a point where you get bored of doing the same old operations or dungeons. I had that problem with Star Wars: The Old Republic.
It's like, do you want to go and fly around the whole galaxy, or do you want to enter escape room A, B, C, or D that we've handcrafted? I don't know. I'm being really negative, and I don't mean to be, because it could be really cool, but it it could be awful. for
I'd
me.
love to answer that question, that particular question that you posited there, Alec, with the do I want to go and around the whole galaxy or do escape room A, B, C, or D? I would love to do escape room A, B, C, or D, please, instead of the other stuff.
Right.
Again, I'm absolutely with Colin on this. Like I've you've heard me talk about Jump Space, how good that is. That at the moment has like maybe 6 different mission types that you like run on from each other, and you pick them for a certain length of time, and some of them have more variants than others, and each one is like, oh, you end up in this place, and this has a certain thing that will happen, and it mixes ship stuff, on foot stuff. I don't even think Elite is going to be more than that. Elite is going to be more than Jump Space. But when I first saw this, them talking about this, my first thought was like, oh, they've seen Jump Space and they've seen how quickly that sold, and they're like, we can probably do this in Elite. And I think they can do something similar to that in Elite, and I will eat it up. I'm so excited about trying it as a solo commander and also trying it with a bunch of pals. And as someone who has done Jump Space with like maybe the same 8 other people on a regular basis, I can tell you that it is different every single time, and I am so super excited and super pumped to see more of information about this.
Yeah, I mean, as I've said before, I'm extremely pumped for this. I'm hoping that yes, we can solo it with reduced rewards. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you get bots to help you out or something. I don't know, but I would like these. The one thing that I didn't like about Star Wars Galaxies is that half of the content I had to be with people, and I wasn't really a people person, especially when we don't have a crew finder functionality that's needed.
I laughed when you said AI bots, but then they are doing this thing just at the end of the year, along with the December update of ramping up the AI.
I mean, yeah, I'm all for this. I think Elite can do a fantastic Elite version of the operations or the dungeons that we've seen before. There will be Commander Leroy Jenkins before you know it.
Oh yes.
And I do hope that in addition to the PvE ones, that we do get a couple of PvP ones where one team has a bit of conflicting goals with another team, so that there's a 4v4. That I think not many, just a couple, but yeah, I'd like that to be available for people as well. But overall, I was not expecting this kind of. We were expecting some more exploration stuff. I was not expecting anything like this, but I'm all in for it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No
we're gonna have
exobiology whatsoever.
I know, but we've just got to wait and see what happens when the Caspian comes out. Because, you think that might have something to do with the biology stuff? Guess we'll wait and see.
I think there's a hidden feature coming out.
What, something else?
Yeah, definitely. There's an exobiological
There has to
breakthrough
be,
that's going to blow
right?
our minds, and it's none of this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's as I said earlier, it's a shame that the Dodex stuff left such a bad taste in what appeared to be quite a few commanders' mouths, because the rest of the stuff was so dope.
Yes. Yeah, I know that was one of the things. There was a kind of positive twist when the Caspian was released. Yeah, when the Caspian was revealed, everyone went, "Oh, we forgot that's really good." But yeah, you're quite right. A lot of energy was lost when that thing was mentioned about the Dodo. But overall, what is, I mean, to me, everything except the Dodo station double thumbs up. Well
Yeah.
pumped for everything else. What about everybody else? Claire.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I will. Yeah, I'm excited. I really want us to deep dive into these like over the next few weeks. I'm so glad that Frontier have given us content to take us to the end of the year. Thanks, lads. Appreciate it. That's my feeling.
Yes, definitely. Ben.
So long as the Caspian Sea Monster doesn't suck, and so long as these missions don't get old, and it's not like so many other Frontier. Oh, look! Come and have a look at this. Oh yeah, what are we doing now then? And they just sort of develop a feature and then drop it. So long as it's actually maintained, I am so excited by at least those two things. And I do like the look of the Dodo. It just it just leaves a bit of a bad taste in your mouth.
Alec?
Funnily enough, although it's badly tainted, the thing I'm most looking forward to appearing in the game so I can fly off and go and see one is probably the Dodec. I can't wait to go and see one of those. But yeah, the new ship's cool, and operations could be it could be amazing. But hold on to those expectations, because it's the sort of thing. I feel bad saying this because Frontier probably, or a couple are listening, but it's the sort of thing that they could do terribly badly.
Yeah. Okay. I can understand where we've gone, because we've got excited about features in the past, multi-crew, and it did turn out to be. Well, I do think expectations weren't set correctly for that, so that was something that I was hoping for.
CQC is my biggest example of this could be amazing, and then it's just dropped.
Yeah, operations could be CQC. That's my word of caution.
Yeah, yeah, but also there's been operations could be colonization.
Yes, it could. Could be amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate colonization.
Yeah, but on the other hand,
good.
They did
like
screw up.
colonization.
They did screw up Power Play, but Power Play 2, I think, is such a vast improvement. It kind of made up for it in a lot of ways. So that is that is the release that or the functionality that we'll be getting probably over the next 3 to 4 months. We will await everybody's opinion. And I think the Dodo is going to be the real controversial point where everyone gets all negative about that. But
Can I just clarify? Can I clarify that you're calling it the Dodo because that's what it was called in previous games? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it was called the Dodo in previous games. I've already had Ben say, "Should we reinstate all the Dodos from the original game?" And I'm there going,
No. Also, they're called Dodecs now. It's a different game. It's not the same game.
It's the Dodo.
Sure.
It's still the Dodo.
I just keep calling it the Dodec then.
Just reminisce.
Okay. All right, old guys, that's fine. And your sepia-toned Dodos, make sure they're all sepia-toned, right?
Here's 5p, don't spend it all at once.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. So, go on, Ben, quickly. Right. I said we weren't going off on tangents, so with all this going on, we're leaving Mostly Clueless this week because Mostly Clueless. So that brings us to the question of the week, which
hey, I was really stuck because I was like, hey, what are we going to talk about? And then we have all of this to talk about. So I went with like an old school thoughts on a Sunday on Discord, on Twitter and Blue Sky. Normally after around sort of like 2-3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, I'll post a link to the I'll post a question of the week on those points, and then at this point we will discuss all of your answers and read them all out. This week the question was, what does your ideal play session look like? Because I had another question that I wanted to bring up as part of the show, and we still haven't hit it. That's fine. Let's go. Let's start with you, Colin. What have you got for us?
I've got Dante Chechnik. I apologize. I've probably murdered that one. So one of my favorite things to do is to look up a build by someone much smarter than me, on foot or a ship, throw it into Odyssey, Material Helper, and then work on recreating it. I'll probably never learn how to use it effectively in the game, but collecting good builds is fun and satisfying to me at least.
I love that.
I mean, the amount of time I've spent on ED Ship Builder trying to come up with a perfect ship build.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know where he's coming from with that one. It's gorgeous.
I like that. That makes me think this is going to be a good question of the week.
I've got Lysander, although Alex currently blocking what they're saying. An ideal session consists of being as far from civilization/colonization as possible. I reside in the Outer Realm, jumping 50 to 100 times to a random system out of curiosity and listening to Ariana Grande, Tyler, or Nordic ambient music on a loop. I have several different exploration playlists.
Amazing. I love that. I
Wow.
really do. That's really
That's
cool.
variety.
Wackamedia says making several jumps, using the scanners to find where to go, landing, needing the SLV for combat, then doing a little on-foot MacGuffin collecting before returning to start. I'm biased because of the simulator, but that loop hits so good. Add a little lore, and it's golden.
Oh, nice! This is Commander Wacko in the sim rig that did the.
Oh, okay.
Just made the connection.
Wow.
That did the Dracula rally.
Amazing. Cool.
Cool. Chebs will. I'm a floater. It really
Into water polo then.
Yeah, I'll leave that there. It really depends what mood I'm in. If there's a CG or player event, I'll nip over and say hello. When the Thargoid stuff was happening, I'd go there, sometime to enjoy killing flowers and running around spooky areas. I've not been back to the Spire sites, which I should do. Currently, the best bit about CGs is pirating and banter. On the last one, I managed to steal about 50 units of Cobalt and got banter chat most of the time. Nobody sees an ASP scout pirate as a ganker, so it's almost never run/fight from the victim without a chat first. Outside of that, supporting our squadron's faction or power play is a good go-to, as lots of gameplay can be used to accomplish these. Every so often it'll be a few months off in the black to find new stuff. So I guess my ideal play session would involve chat, banter with other humans, and a bit of everything on offer in the game.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's quite nice.
Yeah, these are great.
I have Zapparetto. No? Oh, well. Again, a murdered name. I apologize. Right. Most of the time, I only have an hour to play. So I'll either do whatever the current CG requires or chew on some rocks for merits or credits. An ideal play session would be 4 hours or more, which would allow me catch up on some chores. I haven't had the opportunity to engineer any of the new ships or try out something new. Because for someone with 1,700 hours on the clock, there's a shit ton of stuff I still haven't tried yet. I hear the Guardian sites are nice this time of year. Maybe I'll give that a go.
Wow. 1,700 hours on the top clock. Those are lucky numbers. You want to pump those numbers up, son?
Rocky Star has been picking up a few BGS missions or the Power Play weeklies. Offers a nice variety of gameplay, a little bit of trade, some megaship scans, black box recovering, or even a little bit of combat.
Very nice. Very, very nice. That's cool, Rocky. Rocky, thanks for single-handedly doing BGS. I don't know anyone who I don't know a lot of people who are really focusing on BGS anymore. Or have you heard anyone that's doing that? Because of colonization, your factions everywhere. We went from like 12 systems to 80, something stupid like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing a lot of people say.
Bit bonkers. It's fun though. Just doing the missions is fun, which is why I'm excited about the other the run-on missions. Okay, Commander Midnight Wraith Oliver says, much like Chubb's Will, I like a variety, bit of a floater depending on my mood. 2 floaters, eh? Like the Jason Bourne movies, frightening version. Who gives me the missions? Sometimes I invent my own. Lately, I've been stacking combat pirate missions, not so much deserters, as the whole gang comes at you, though I can deal with it with a large ship, and I've managed to get from mid-deadly to 3/4 deadly in 3 to 4 days of solid combat missions stacked. I have a whole load of engineered combat ships for PvE, and it's a lot of fun in solo. Also in open, as long as you don't get attacked by a player. One-off kills are okay in a system, but repeated attacks are tiresome. However, I fancy something else now. I also like to transport large amounts of cargo now and then, sometimes for Lave. The Panther Clipper is somewhat game-changing to reduce the 6,000-ton trips for this in terms of its cargo carrying capacity. However, it defaults to a bunch of turreted weapons due to its behemoth turning ability, and I'm not sure I can improve on this much. Comments welcome. Not so much for PvP attacks, which I can deal with in this case by working in solo for these kinds of missions, but dealing with pirates in PvE in-game, all you can do is high weight, really, as you have no chance of killing the target, to be honest. I like collecting mats in multiple ways and engineering new ships too. I had 40 plus ships stored, but I stored a lot of my modules and sold some since they were poorly designed solutions. My bad loadouts, to be fair. So I'm down to 37 ships now. I've been to Colonia a couple of times, but I don't really have a desire to spend all that time jumping again. And exobiology scanning for me seems a little boring. I hear you. I've not yet got into Thargoid killing at all, so I might give that a go at some point soon. If a CG reward is worth it, then I'm likely to give that a bash as well. I wanted the new cargo racks, but I didn't get back into the game. No Euclidean or something, was it? I know it was only a level 5 cargo rack you could have won, but I'd have liked to have gotten it as a new toy and to see what capacity it actually had. I also love a bit of core/laser mining, even though I'm already very wealthy in game. I've yet to try out the new Type 11 Prospector I bought and paint job/kit, so I'm super looking forward to playing with that new toy. So what I'm hearing here, Commander Midnight Wraith, is everything but exploration, right?
The one point I will take with him is that the Panther Clipper can fight off elite-rated enemy ships quite easily. I got attacked by an elite-rated T10, and trust me, that was a big kind of... it felt like naval warfare. We have one massive ship at one side and one massive ship in another, firing turrets at each other while I was flying around in a fighter trying to save my ship from the other ship's fighter. It was an absolute fantastic combat that we managed to destroy the T10. It is a case of just building your Panther Clipper correctly.
Yeah, I was going to say, Colin, what sort of armaments have you got on your Clipper apart from the fighter? Have you kitted it for a bit of defensive combat? Presumably, you have.
It's got about half of its weapons are turreted burst lasers, which have been enhanced, and the other half are turreted multi cannons, which have been enhanced. So, yeah, it can deal out punishment.
So it's all turreted weapons, and you're not wrecking anything that you have to point and aim with.
Well, yeah, because at that point I'm out in the fighter while my NPC pilot is handling the turrets. So
I think what you've got to remember is if you're running without any shields and you've got everything, the cargo racks, don't bother. But you can go and not optimize it purely for cargo and be relatively capable.
Yeah, if you min-max it for cargo. I don't want to min-max my Panther Clipper for cargo. I want it to be able to defend itself. And when that T10 turned up, I rubbed my hands and went, oh, this one's going to be a good
I might build one for that then. I might build one to have a play with something like that, because it does feel... I don't really want to fly a fighter, though, because they're really twitchy. My hands just don't work with the speed of them. It's just...
Don't fly a fighter then. Have a decent... Do you have a decent NPC pilot?
No, I don't use it. I'm not giving them any of my money.
Okay, well that then, either buy yourself an NPC.
I don't need a fighter jet in a fighter jet. I don't need a ship launch fighter in a.
They are helpful as sacrificial lambs.
I feel like I'm be wasting a
Do you
slot, and I
need
feel like
money?
there's more.
I mean, are you really that bad? I'll give you a million
Yeah,
credits
yeah.
if you
I'm
feel
like
the
I'm
desire
like down to. I think I'm down to like 60 billion. I'm really concerned.
Yeah, you should be.
That money, that like, I mean, I managed to pay. I only managed to pay for one squadron carrier.
Just the one.
Just the
Oh,
one.
dear.
Just the one squadron carrier, actually. And no, I don't. I don't want them. I don't want them taking rank anyway. She says, elite combat. There's only so many excuses I can give on there.
Yeah.
I've always liked having my NPC in my thing. I just wish that they would actually be in my cockpit as well.
The one thing that I would love to do is actually be the gunner in that blooming Panther Clipper, and be able to swap
Have
the
someone else
roles.
fly it.
Have the
Yeah, that'd be
NPC
fun.
pilot fly even in a straight line, and then I take control of the turrets just to.
Yeah.
I just want to unleash.
What we need is like
firepower.
what you need is a Jesus take the wheel button where you just like leave it, put the
Jesus is
throttle on,
completely inept.
put like a boot on the throttle or something, and then run to the turrets. That's what you want to do. We want the boot on the throttle mechanic, please. Only available for arcs.
You mean like the RV and Anchorman too?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right, Ali, I
With
guess
that
you're
one.
next.
Demonic Maelstrom says, given that my recent return to the game was fueled by colonization hype, I'm spending my days feeding the gigantic mistake that was deciding to start with a tier 3 station. Should have bought yourself a Dodo for 50k.
Yay!
Thank the lovely people who memed the Panther Clipper into existence, or else I genuinely lose my mind in a Type 9. Good luck with that.
It's amazing what 300 extra tons in a run will do, isn't it?
It's up against the 4-week clock with that as well. Yikes.
Oh,
Yeah.
he will be, won't he?
Blimey. Blimey.
Good luck.
I'd still be doing it. I'd still be building my tier 3 station now had it not been for, predominantly, I'm just going to say it, had it not been for Scooby, who did more, not Scooby, Spooky, who did more deliveries on his own than I did to that station. He did like all of my steel, every single piece of it. And I came back and I was like, oh, all of my steel's been done. And then when I finally finished the station and saw exactly how much he'd done, it was really, really kind, because I'd probably still be working on it now.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of trips. Even in a Panther Clipper, it's a lot of trips to do a 3 station.
Yeah.
But it's such an achievement in the end when you complete it. That is sullied by a payment of $50,000.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay, right. It's like completing a marathon, but the guy played for a scooter next to you.
Yeah.
Right. Commander Edward Skilly. The great thing about this game is the variety of gaming loops. Sometime I'll just pick a direction at random and head into the black for a spell. Other times I may sell what meager services I have on foot combat zone work. It really just depends on what I'm looking for. Chill, no stress relaxation, so exploration, hauling, running courier missions, farming mats, or exciting entertainment, bounty hunting, bug smashing, space and ground CGs, and settlement raiding. The latter requires focus, and the former requires nothing at all. So yeah, I know what that feels like. There are times I really want I want to blow something up. Times I just want to chill and just mine rocks. So yeah, there's enough in there to keep me happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Also, I think knowing where to go to find those things it's learned over time, obviously, but knowing, okay, I can go and look for a war and I can go and do that here, or I can look for I'm going to go and do a little bit of exploration. I'm not, but someone's going to do a little bit of exploration, or I want to do a bit of hauling. Knowing knowing the best places to go to find that is half of the battle if you're short for time in what you want to do.
So Nicey's favourite thing is procrastination, obviously. Usually them getting sidetracked a lot and dozing off mid-jump. Thank goodness for hyperspace dethrottle. Yeah, we've all crashed
Although
haven't we?
Although I must admit, Nicey is always on hand to give me some help with some power play missions. So, fair play to her.
Nice. Cool. Lovely. Sir Oberon's back off his holidays. Welcome back, lovely. Sir Oberon says, I wish it was tough to choose. Lol, my biggest issue is getting it all into a single session, but the intent is there and that has to count for something, right? I think about 90% of my time is currently spent on colonization, or at least it was, up until last night, where I finally finished building an Orbis on my Todd from start to end, with some BGS thrown into the mix to break up the hauling. Like Nicey said, it's easy to fall asleep mid-jump. Though I never have dethrottle on, I might learn one day, but today isn't that day. But what is my ideal play session? Good question. There isn't much in the game I don't like doing. I just tend to rotate my tasks around over a month just to keep things interesting and fresh. However, what I enjoy the most is not based on the activity in game, but actually just playing with others, or with consent, I hasten to add. I love winging up and just doing stuff with other commanders, be it whatever takes our fancy. Want to shoot the shit out of pirates? I'm game. Want to learn how to do piracy? I'm on board. Just to chill and mine while bitching about the day? I'm there. In my honest and humble opinion, the best game loop is just doing stuff with other players. The communal interaction is by far the best way to spend time in game. I know and acknowledge this isn't for everyone, and that is totally fine. I'm a big supporter of you do you, if that's what makes you happy. I'm not here to tell people what to do or how to play. Sometimes even I just want to disappear and do my own thing, as mood dictates. But I find nothing gives me a big post-session buzz than playing with someone else, and the more the merrier. Hey, Sir Oberon, do you want to get together and do some operations when they drop? Sounds like they might be kind of fun. And the more the merrier, my guy. As long as it's up to you and four other commanders. I play at weird times. It's very strange to me and Alec doing it all on solo because we play at really weird times.
Yeah, that's so true.
I might get to the Indian crowd or something like that at 6 a.m.
Possibly. I feel like there is so much scope for doing things together and doing things in a group, and that's something that I really miss from the Thargoid War. I really miss from the Thargoid War was we'd get like 15 of us together and doing like shit like that, and I miss it so much. Just like the fun that we got out of like doing those bits together. And I mean, it's not necessarily that we don't have to do it now, but like, for example, we did the Burr Pit. The Burr Pit held did a Panther Clipper fly along on Sunday, like on Saturday. And you were talking, Ben, about getting like a big group of commanders together. We didn't have that many, as many commanders together in Elite as you did in Star Citizen, but it was really, really nice and great to just sit in a Discord and listen to other people and just like laugh while playing the game. There's genuinely something to be said for that human interaction, and it's such a beautiful playground that Frontier have given us, and the more toys they give us, the better. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. As long as it doesn't cost us over the 25,000
no, seriously though.
Even with Chris and his like standing at Lave, we've got a bunch of people, and I won't say their names yet. And we're not interacting with each other. We're not sort of playing TIG or doing anything. We're all just chilling in the bar.
That's the Tuesday night ritual for a lot of people.
It's quite fun just to meet up with people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the simple act of meeting up, and yeah.
And suddenly everyone decides to play Tig.
You can't take people kill though, can you?
I can still creep around on Chris.
Everybody creep around
Yeah,
on
at least
Chris.
at least you didn't have Nick Dangerous gently rub your behind when you weren't looking at Lave Station once. That was
That's where the fun was.
So, some of you
It
took
didn't.
It's nearly Christmas. Some of you will take those carrots right good.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Right. Has anybody got any other business?
Other than the fact that, hey, how did you feel about Odyssey and about the new stuff that's coming out? Let us know in the Spotify comments. How was that for a call to action?
Yes, excellent. Like a
Yeah,
Let us know your thoughts in the Spotify comments. I'll try and remember to put them in the show notes, and we'll have a look at some of them next week as well. Because we're obviously for the next 3 weeks we're going to be talking about this shit because there's so much still to discuss. I feel like we've like brushed the very, very surface of it, and I think there's certainly more that we can milk from this to get us to the end of the year.
Definitely. Especially thanks to Demonic Maelstrom, who's actually come back to Elite since 2021. So, first time he's played since 2021. So, yeah, that was nice for him to let us know. Right. I guess our sister station for the shout-outs, Hunt Orbital Radio. It broadcasts on a Tuesday at 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv, Hunt Orbital Truckers, or if you want the audio, go to radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander that likes a bit of CQC action, you check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. I'm still semi-professional. I'm not to get professional. I'm that bloody close, but I always get my arse handed to me in a plate. So we're also giving shout outs to the other Elite Dangerous podcasts. That would be the Guard Frequency. Yes, they're still having trouble with their feed, but you can still download it from their website. The wonderful Loose Screws, and of course, if you speak French,
I just let the funky music do the talking.
that would be the Elite Dangerous podcast to do these wonderful missions as well.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, they've got a birthday celebration, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
So yeah, they've also released a whole load of statistics of how many people have played their missions.
Are we back in community news?
Yep.
Yeah.
we're bookending. This is where we are right now.
Right, following on for this, we have the Galnet News. Oh, isn't there something to do with the
Distant Worlds
podcast? Yeah.
Podcast as well, and the untitled Elite Dangerous podcast, Gino's thing. Gino and Celine and Mini Celeste. I believe they might do another one now. We've had some more information from Frontier potentially.
Interesting. Yes. So following on this, we have the latest Galnet News Digest as provided by Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude. And thanks to all those who have chipped in the Twitch chat and the in-game commanders. Special thanks, of course, goes to Commander Tokuso, JN Trax, and Alan Stroud, who have all created music for the show. Yeah. Who have we actually had join you? Oh, a lot.
I can take it.
Okay, I'm taking it then.
All right.
No, you go.
We've had Commander So Much for Subtlety, Ikru Sulu, Osbert, Katiana, Valerie C, Rocky Star, JT, Booze, Space Hamsters, Soka 42, Aridos, Frandra, Isla Candela, and Siberius. And also
Hi,
Ben.
guys.
That's a lot. Lots of visitors today. Yeah, so that's it for another episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, you can find the contact links at the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com website. Do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to Ben.
Good night, Colin.
Thanks to Alec.
Thanks, Colin. Night, everyone.
Thanks to Claire.
7 commanders.
And special thanks goes to today's tech specialist and staring dreamily out of the window. That'd be the Chris Mark IV.
You're welcome!
So, until next time, Commanders, fly safe. And if you can't do that, fly dangerous.
Is your life like this?
Sounds like someone having an orange inserted into it. You need a safe word.
Space can be loaded.
I'm gonna see the galaxy.
Ah, damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Digest, 4th of November 3311. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, there's a new ship, a new starport, and a new type of mission coming to the galaxy, and it all sounds rather exciting.
A new ship is being released by Zorgon Peterson in December. The Caspian Explorer, which appears to be a homage to historical starships, will be a large exploration ship, and Zorgon claims it will be even better than their Mandalay Explorer, featuring a special Mark II frameshift drive that will be able to better harness the power of the neutron star to allow explorers to boldly go where no one has gone before. This time, the engines can take it. Like the Mandalay, the Caspian obliquely takes its name from a snake, in this case the Caspian whipsnake, but the name is also redolent of the Silk Road and of explorers of old. Despite being a large ship, the Caspian will have a small landing profile, with its landing gear placed close together, so it will still be able to land in the most inhospitable terrain. Zorgon teased that there is some interesting plating on the hull, an indicator that more will be revealed close to the release date, which is expected to be in December. Like all new ships, it will initially be available in early access for ARCs.
Before that, in fact just next week, on Tuesday the 11th of November, a brand new starport type will make its debut. We're all familiar with the Coriolis, the Ocellus and the Orbis, but Brewer Corporation will now supplement that lineup with the Coriolis' big brother, the Dodec. As its name suggests, this starport is a regular dodecahedron, roughly 10 kilometres across, and it'll be the largest starport of all. For colonisation, this means it'll have a higher population than any other type of starport, and it'll bring an improved standard of living, as well as improving tech, wealth and development. It'll also bring a human tech broker to your system, so you can have easy access to unlocks for corrosion-resistant cargo racks, and you can buy the pre-engineered detailed surface scanner and the now somewhat obsolete pre-engineered Mark I frameshift drive which does not include Super Cruise overcharge capability. Controversially, Brewer will only license the use of the Dodec to system architects who make a payment of 50,000 ARCs to unlock the blueprint. This is a one-off payment, so you can build as many Dodecs as you like if you have enough Tier 3 points in the traditional hauling steel way. Importantly though, when you pay your 50,000 ARCs, Brewer will give you a single instant build credit. If you have the required number of Tier 3 points, you will be able to place and commission your first Dodec starport instantly, with no need to take even a single ton of construction materials to the construction platform. So, there'll be some instant gratification in exchange for all those ARCs. Simultaneously with the release of the Dodec, the Trailblazers colonization mechanism will finally come out of beta, with a final set of bug fixes and usability improvements. That's on the 11th of November.
The third announcement is that the Pilots Federation will be combining on-foot and in-ship missions in an update called Operations. If you remember poisoning the Thargoid Spire sites, missions that involved flying to the Spire site, landing on a leaf, running and jumping to an alien device near the stem and sabotaging the device, well, that's a sort of taster for what Operations might bring. You will be able to take missions on your own or in a team of up to 4. A mission might consist of taking on a megaship and its defenders using ship combat, and if you defeat them, landing on the megaship and then fighting your way through the lower decks inside that megaship to accomplish your mission. That's just for starters. In the future, there will be complex chained missions within ship and on-foot components involving all sorts of activities. These operations will offer rewards that may be difficult to earn by other means. This feature, Operations, was to be released by the end of 3311, but there's still some work to do, so it will in fact be released early next year. Prior to that, in December, when the Caspian Explorer launches, there will apparently be some changes to the way on-foot combat works. So, 11th of November, Trailblazers comes out of beta, and the Dodec starport is released. December, the Caspian Explorer enters early access, and there are some changes to on-foot combat. Early next year, Operations mission types will become available, and perhaps we'll finally find out what has been happening in HIP 87621.
And that's this week's Galnet News forecast. Galnet News, we anticipate the news, so you don't have to.